Hey everyone, welcome to Booga Buggie Kid Stories. In today's episode, Booga Buggie just missed the ice cream truck on his street, and he has to figure out a way to go back in time to get the ice cream, and he winds up on a silly adventure. Alright, let's get started. It was the first sunny, warm day of summer, and Booga Buggie was playing outside with some construction trucks in the sandbox. And that's when he looked over, and he saw E11 run into the backyard with a delicious 3-scoop ice cream cone. Oh, that looks so good! It was vanilla, mint chocolate chip, and bubble gum. I wish I had some ice cream too, thought Booga Buggie. And off in the distance, Booga Buggie heard a familiar sound. So he ran back to his house up in the plum tree, grabbed his change that he had, and quickly ran as fast as he could to the front yard to see that ice cream truck. But oh no, the ice cream truck was driving away. He had just missed it. If only I could go back in time, then I could get some ice cream too, thought Booga Buggie. So he thought, and he thought. And he said, I think I know what to do. I'm going to build a machine that can take me back in time so I can get a 3-scoop cone of ice cream. It took Booga Buggie about 60 minutes to build this machine that would take him back in time, which he called his time machine. So he went to the computer and he wanted to go back about 65 minutes to make sure he had enough time to get that ice cream. Boop, boop, beep, boop, boop. There we go. Programmed it for 65 minutes. And he was off. But just as he was going back in time, he realized he made a mistake. Instead of 65 minutes, he had set the computer to take him back 65 million years. Oh no! And Booga Buggie and his time machine had plopped down 65 million years ago where his house used to be. But he looked around, and this isn't my house. This kind of looks like a big cave over here. And that's not my street. That's a river running through there. That's pretty strange. There were crazy palm trees and mountain ranges he hadn't seen before. Man, this place looks really different, he thought. And then all of a sudden, from somewhere far behind him, he heard a roar. Oh, he was shaking now. He turned around and saw a giant T-Rex that had hungry-looking eyes. So he quickly scurried into that little cave to hide from that T-Rex. Phew, that was a close call from that T-Rex that I think was trying to eat me, thought Booga Buggie. I feel pretty safe in this cave, he thought to himself. And then all of a sudden he heard a jump, jump, jump from behind him. He looked behind. He brought his little trusty flashlight out and shone it to where he heard that noise. Oh, it's a Stegosaurus, and he looks hungry too. So Booga Buggie ran out as fast as he could from that cave. He jumped into the river, swam across it so that the Stegosaurus and the T-Rex wouldn't follow him. And then he ran down this little ravine by a mountain to make sure that he was safe and far away from those hungry-looking dinosaurs. Speaking of hungry, thought Booga Buggie, I'd still like that ice cream. So, I need to get back to my time machine. But it was over there where that Stegosaurus and T-Rex are. How am I going to sneak over there and so they don't eat me to get back to that ice cream truck? Just as Booga Buggie was thinking that, he heard a friendly noise from the tree behind him, way up at the top of it. And he looked up, and at the top he saw a pterodactyl. that pterodactyl didn't look hungry. So he yelled up to the pterodactyl and said, "What did you say?" And the pterodactyl yelled back down to Booga Buggie and said, "I said, hello down there." Booga Buggie still couldn't hear him. And the pterodactyl didn't hear Booga Buggie either that well. So the pterodactyl flapped his wings and flew down and landed right beside Booga Buggie. The pterodactyl said, "Hi, my name's Lulu." "Nice to meet you, Lulu," said Booga Buggie. And Booga Buggie explained the situation. "I was just trying to get ice cream, so I built this machine that takes me back in time. But instead of 65 minutes, I think I came back 65 million years. And then the T-Rex tried to eat me, and a Stegosaurus tried to eat me, so I had to run away. And that's why I'm over here." Lulu was a very helpful pterodactyl. So she said to Booga Buggie, "Why don't you hop on my back, and I'll fly you over to your time machine. That way we can do it quickly, and the T-Rex or Stegosaurus won't be able to eat you." So it's just what they did. Booga Buggie hopped up and crawled onto Lulu's back. Lulu spread her wings and flew over that river right beside the time machine. Booga Buggie hopped in and then looked back at Lulu and said, "Hey Lulu, since you helped me, why don't I help you and share some ice cream? Hop in my time machine and come with me. And when we're done, I can bring you back here, back into the past, I guess." Lulu thought that was a pretty good idea. So she hopped in that time machine. It was pretty squishy for the both of them, but they hopped in, and Booga Buggie set the time machine to go forward into the future, 65 million years minus 65 minutes. So that way they could still be ready for that ice cream truck. And the time machine landed right back in Booga Buggie's backyard. Booga Buggie and Lulu the Pterodactyl hopped out of that time machine, and they both heard that sound getting louder and louder. Lulu had never had ice cream before, so Booga Buggie treated Lulu to an ice cream cone with 3 delicious scoops on it. And Booga Buggie got a 3-scoop cone for himself too. And when they were all done, Lulu thought it might actually be a good idea to stick around. Booga Buggie thought that was an amazing idea. He had had so much fun with Lulu, and Lulu had so much fun with Booga Buggie. So she looked around for a place to call home and decided to be next door neighbors with Booga Buggie. Well, not really next door neighbors, but maybe next branch neighbors. Lulu the Pterodactyl moved in to the plum tree where Booga Buggie lived and put her nest way up at the tippy top of that plum tree. And that's where Lulu decided to live. And from that day forward, whenever either Lulu or Booga Buggie heard that ice cream truck coming down the road, Booga Buggie ran and hopped onto Lulu's back, and Lulu would fly them to the ice cream truck so that they would never miss it. Hey, thanks for listening to the original and silly Booga Buggie Kid Stories. In the episode where Booga Buggie goes back in time, but instead of 65 minutes, 65 million years, but makes a great friend, Lulu the Pterodactyl. Stick around for more episodes and feel free to leave a rating or review wherever you listen to podcasts. Bye for now.